What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the pregame episode number
Siete. How'd you know?
Episode number 7. We did it.
It should be in Spanish because this is the episode we go to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Pew, 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 pew.
So why did we choose Costa Rica? Do you remember?
Not specifically. I just know we were gonna originally do, like I said, Mexico right off the top. Mm-hmm. And we're like, that's a little too crazy to do international. Mm-hmm. And this is now November of last year. So it's like our last city.
Yeah, basically for the year, exactly.
Yeah. And so we're like, let's do an international one.
Yeah, we're like, we think we can handle it, you know? So we did, was it 5? Let's count it down. So we did Portland, Austin, Atlanta, Denver, Chicago. 5. So this is our 6th city. That was the goal, right? Every other month.
Yeah.
So we did it. So we're like, we think we can handle international. Also, I feel like, at least from what I see in the internet, it seemed like a city where you can be like a remote worker, right?
Yeah.
Especially like an American. Like you can speak English, you can go there, you can afford it.
Yeah.
There's other remote nomads there. Also, like, people just move there. Like, I guess remote workers, yes, but also, like, retirees. Like, it's very... That's where you go.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, because I think it was on your list, because I was just like...
It was definitely on my list.
Right. And so you probably threw that out there, because you could have said... Nicaragua or Uruguay or something.
Do you hear that about those
No,
countries?
never. Costa Rica is like what, the number one honeymoon destination, I feel like. Because all my friends are like, you're in Costa Rica. I went there for my honeymoon.
Really?
Like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody.
See, I would say affordable honeymoon destination. Because wouldn't you think...
You call my friends cheap?
No.
Good to know.
Wouldn't you think, like,
Your white trash Georgia friends.
Wouldn't you...
Going to these...
Wouldn't you think, like, Indonesia or Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. Well, duh. Costa Rica is way more cost-effective than Indonesia. I love how you did do one, like, super international. And you're like, and then also, what about this other one in America?
Hawaii is super... It's, like, so expensive to go to Hawaii.
No, I know. Yeah. 100%. Costa Rica is probably the cheaper option and... Probably just as beautiful.
So not calling your friends cheap. I'm just like...
No, you totally did. They'll heart it. But anyway.
We can go in so many different conversations about that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Why did we choose Costa Rica? Back to that. Also, this kind of ties us to the next point. So my parents had actually been to Costa Rica and they like came back speaking amazing things. Like I had friends talking about it. But I feel like when my parents are like, you guys have to go there, it's also like another level, like another stamp of approval.
Right.
To the point that they were like, we're coming again. And my parents, I don't know if you know this.
Her parents were coming again.
Whatever. I don't know if you know this, but they hate going to the same country again unless it's like really cool. But they really wanted to come to Costa Rica, and that's actually how we started our whole trip in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
So they kind of don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving or like eating Thanksgiving food. For them, it's like days off.
Yeah, y'all
aren't
3
days off.
Y'all aren't like Americans, so why would you care about Thanksgiving?
We're like, it's cool that like we have days off and that like everyone gets together and like has a dinner party.
Yeah.
But I think more and more they just see it as like, oh my God, we have free days off that doesn't go into anyone's like PTO or whatever.
Sure.
So they always try to do a trip around that time. So we did. They came to Costa Rica, so did my sister and her boyfriend, and we stayed like in the mountains, like an hour away from San Jose.
Yeah.
And it was this beautiful little village getaway, like out of the movies. Do you remember those adorable houses?
Yeah, I remember. It was like exactly where every single... think of like the quintessential like writer who's like, I want to go to this like kind of, it's overcast, foggy kind of.
Yeah.
But
because it is November, so it's chilly.
Yeah. And you got your little fireplace, and you're in this. Oh, so cute. So cute.
So cute.
So adorable.
Yeah, so we flew in, like, let's say Wednesday, and then we'll spend Thanksgiving in Atlanta, and then you came on Black Friday.
Yeah.
So we're there. So our start to Costa Rica was actually a vacation, which we've never done. So we've never been international, like, to live there, but we've also never started with, like, okay, we're off. We're just gonna drink at 11 a.m. Like, we picked you up from the airport with, like, mojitos in our water bottles.
Yeah, you already kind of skipped over the fact that it was like you guys are gonna have to rent a car.
Oh,
but then that price jumped.
I probably wanted to skip over that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
no, I get what you're saying. It was a lot. So it's like, in my family, I am like the travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
And I plan everything. And like with this whole last year of traveling for us, I get very overwhelmed with like planning a vacation. Like I'm like, I don't even know how to do that anymore. Like it's like, I just feel like someone else can do it. I'm thinking about like a month stay, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like I maybe skipped over some steps, not to blame it on myself, but basically I kept like being like, we don't need to rent a car. There's so many car services. Like it's such a touristy place. And then like 2 days before we fly out, I like call you crying because I'm like, we don't have a car. It was supposed to be like, I don't know, something like 150 for the 4 days, and then it jumped to like 750.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like crying because I'm like, that's so crazy. And like now my mom's gonna cover it, and I'm like, that's just ridiculous.
Anyway, so these Cubanos, so they got some roots into Costa Rica. They found a driver. So this guy, they have a driver. He's just going to drive, which we're like, yeah, whatever. It's going to cost about the same. And we get a driver. We'll go with that.
Driver, yeah.
We're going to go with that versus like having someone drunk driving through the mountains of another country. So I get off the airport. Fun fact, right? We're not doing those like international cell phone plans. So you gotta have Wi-Fi. And the whole time I'm like, I gotta meet up with them, and I gotta have Wi-Fi, but I gotta meet up with them. So
I'm like, stay in the airport.
No, you didn't really say that.
I did. I was like, you have to stay in the airport because that's where we had Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you said the airport, but you weren't like, stay in it. Because I was like, I'm walking through
right.
the security. I'm walking through customs. Like, the way it seems is like as soon as you take a step onto the sidewalk, it's cut off, right?
It's done.
So I'm just like, all I need to do is meet up with y'all, and then I'm good. Because originally I was going to take a taxi to meet up with y'all, and you're like, you're going to get like screwed over.
Yeah, because also this is funny.
I'm a gringo, so I don't really speak good Spanish at all.
And he looks like one, so funny enough.
yeah. Because I am.
Yeah. So funny enough, when we get there 2 days earlier, we're with Trent, my sister's boyfriend, who also looks very much like a gringo.
Whiter than me.
He's so much white. He's like your typical like blonde
surfer
hair.
bro
SoCal.
But
even
like
though he's not
white,
even from there.
Nah, yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
But I just remember we literally step out of the airport, one step, like you're saying, and it's like all the taxi drivers are just surrounding Trent. And we're like, no. And they're like following him. So I'm like, oh my God, Will's going to be alone handling all of this. But we went to pick him up. It was a hot as fuck day. So that was our 1 day in San Jose while we were with my family.
Mm-hmm. You picked us up. You had fucking wine. What was it?
Mojitos.
Oh, but you tell the prank that you tried to do.
Oh yeah, I was like, you thirsty, baby?
Yeah.
I was like giving him my water bottle, but it was mojitos.
Yeah.
And of course my mom's like, do it.
Yeah, your mom, yeah. She's like, let's prank this fucking white boy.
Yeah. I'm like, he's gonna love it.
I did.
It's not really a prank if you like want to drink it.
I was like, this water touched my soul.
Yeah, so we pick him up. We go do some like touristy, like a walking tour of San Jose. We go to this, do you remember that beautiful restaurant with the gorgeous view of the whole city?
Oh, later that day. So this is okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we do all that, but then, essentially the vacation is an hour away. Like we're staying an hour away from San Jose. We're in this beautiful little village in the mountains.
Before we even do that, everything takes like an hour to get to, right?
You always love to touch on that point.
It just, come on. It took a million. It's literally up a mountain is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You drive up a mountain. You drive up in a whole mountain, and you're like, how the fuck does anybody besides just tourists with a driver do this?
In a very old car.
Oh my God, this thing was
right? Like, I'm like, is this going to turn on?
Yeah,
Is this going to go up that hill?
What was it, like a 1950s...
This creepy van?
Oh, at least 3 murders have happened in it. I was sitting on a dead stain, for sure.
But we had a driver, so we didn't have to worry.
We're
really
like, nice.
It's on him.
Yeah, everybody there usually wears jeans and flip-flops.
Yeah.
Regardless of the temperature.
But something really interesting that I think...
But we go to the top of the mountain. Sorry, is that what you're about to talk about?
Go ahead, no. What
Oh, just staying us on track. We went to that restaurant. That was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
My mom is there with, like, someone she met on her last trip to Costa Rica.
But she's the one who hooked us up with the driver, right? Yeah.
So my mom is really good at, like, making friends with anyone. Like, if she's at the grocery store line with you for 10 minutes, she's going to be your new best friend. And, like, next time we're in that country, we're probably going to have lunch with you. And we're like, who are these people, Mom?
Yeah, so it was like this lady who knew the driver, who we also don't know the driver, and her 2 little kids.
Yeah, like 7-year-old twin daughters.
Yeah, they're twins, that's right. And so we're eating at this restaurant. FYI, so we're on top of a mountain, and this is the cool thing about San Jose generally, is like you can look into the valley of like the city kind of thing, right? And it is unbelievable. Like, it's so beautiful with the lights and stuff.
Yeah, that was stunning.
Man, I got so many likes on that photo. So the gram also agrees.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
That was like a great, like, ooh, you just landed. Look at this beautifulness. Because it's like, even though we were staying, so okay, we should explain this. Me and Will were staying in San Jose for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But while my family was in town, we were only going to be in San Jose for like the next like 8 hours after we picked up Will. So it was such like this is your city now. But we're also never going to go back up this mountain that took an hour.
Fuck
you
no.
know?
I mean, it was dope, but it's
we don't have a driver, Mom.
Yeah. And then, so we're there, we eat our dinner, and then your mom, there was some stupid show. What was it?
Okay. Let me explain this.
Yeah.
I think everyone can relate, though. Everyone's mom loves to watch the dinner show.
Dumb, fucking, just middle school shows. Moms and sometimes dads love to watch, like, stupid, low production value shows.
Okay, but that day there was a whole production.
There was a whole
remember?
crew. Yeah, oh yeah, they were
like,
filming a reality travel show.
No. They were filming the New Year's Eve special because they were all wearing the hats. So this is like November 30th, right? So like in a month it's gonna be New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
They were all wearing like hats and the little
those
whistler things.
Oh, that's a whistle noise? Yeah, I know, the horn things. Yeah.
The horns. Yeah, and they were like interviewing people. It's a whole spectacle.
Yeah.
And so my mom is like, we are staying.
Yeah, dude, we were all like, literally everyone, even your dad was like, what the fuck? Even the driver was like, hey, I'm gonna go. We're like, we're paying you, man. You're sitting here. And so eventually they finally, so they're filming this thing, and we're just watching them. But then it was like they had a show that they're gonna film. That was kind of the finale. And so it was an authentic Costa Rican dance.
Yeah,
I believe. So we waited a long time after we finished eating to watch this thing. And
what were your thoughts on it, baby?
So they come out, guys and girls. It's like a 50-50 thing. I can't remember what they wore. I mean, I think it was also authentic Costa Rican.
It was kind of off-white clothing with maybe some like ruffles of different colors. The girls definitely had ruffles at like the bottom of their dresses because they're like, flinging it around.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing.
I mean, the biggest thing I remember from that dance was the noise. You know what I'm talking about?
Not the music.
No, it's not. It's
But
not.
the
It's,
noise.
it's supposed to be in addition to the music. It's their dance thing. Leili's really good at it. Leili,
Yeah.
can we hear an authentic Costa Rican dance noise?
Ah!
Sorry
Sorry to all the listeners. Yes.
But it's like that was melodic compared to
Yeah.
the noise. It was like a pterodactyl being raped. Screech.
But the dancing
Like
was
a male
beautiful.
pterodactyl being like forced, and the whatever would come out of that beak, they would make that noise as like a celebration noise. And you're like, and we're all like, what is this, like a cry for help? What is this noise? I thought we're having fun here.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a beautiful dance. That sound was not.
It just surprised us for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, fast forward. Huge culture difference immediately, right? So I'm a white guy. My nephew, I'm like, hey, kiss your uncle goodbye, right? And my sister will be like, he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. And I'm like, that's some bullshit. But I'm not the mother of this son or whatever, so I'm gonna respect my sister's wishes. If you don't want to fucking kiss me, then fine. What? That's weird. It's aggressive. But anyway.
Or give me a hug.
Yeah, whatever. I'm like trying to say goodbye to my fucking family. Anyway,
Yeah.
fast forward, we were in Costa Rica. Your mom's friend who she's met once has these two like 7-year-old daughters, and your mom's like, kiss him goodbye. Besitos, besitos. And I'm like, we can just high five. I feel weird as fuck. I don't know, y'all. And she was like, there's, right? In Latin culture, they're very
In
used
Latin
to.
culture, you have to kiss everyone goodbye, and I don't know
And
if I have
hello.
to. I don't know if I have to specify, but like obviously on the cheek.
Yeah.
But every single person in any house or environment you walk into where you know each other, you have to kiss them. Yeah, hello and goodbye.
Right.
Everybody has to. So it's time to say goodbye, and the little girls are not saying goodbye because usually little kids are like very shy.
Mm-hmm.
This is when parents come in, and my mom has never met these girls before.
Oh, dear.
But she's literally shoving them
Yeah.
into our faces like,
I'm like,
I paid for your dinner. You're
Right.
gonna kiss them goodbye.
Yeah, right? I'm like, we're good. I think I high-fived there. I was literally like, we can just do that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like different cultures, right? And that's like such a thing that,
You just learn.
yeah, you just learn. But also like as a Hispanic, I feel like I can definitely say when I was a child, it was annoying. You know? It's
Oh,
like,
for sure. You don't want to do that. And they're like, say
You just
goodbye.
like give them the cheek.
Say
You're not
hello.
actually kissing them. You're like,
Yeah. And then the next day, we went to the greatest excursion of our lives.
Yeah. So the next day, we're on the full-on family excursion. Like, that's how my parents roll. We're waking up at 6 a.m. Let's go hard in the paint. Basically, we take a car somewhere up the mountain again. But then all of us have ATVs. So each couple has an ATV. We get to roam free in the beautiful mountains of Costa Rica. Like, we're literally in between like cows. Almost fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like, there is no American precautions.
No,
like,
there
we
you
are
go.
going crazy. Like,
yeah.
fucking pull that to like the highest speed it can go. Like,
Here's the thing. We did ATVs in America, and they like
that was
literally
some bullshit compared.
You have the instructor with their hand on your hands driving it, so you're not like, it's bullshit. But in Costa Rica,
45 minutes, enjoy it.
yeah,
You know?
But in Costa Rica, they're like, do your thing.
Yeah.
And it was raining.
Rev it.
We're like just driving through cornfields. We pop out. There's like cows everywhere.
Yeah, he's taking us purposefully through the mud holes. We also had
Oh,
Will's
yeah.
GoPro, so it was so cool. Like, he's like, now run through it, and we're like going through the mud. It was such an adventure. Like, that was so cool.
So cool.
Also, it felt super private. Like, it was only the 6 of us. It was like my mom, my dad, me and Will, and my sister and her boyfriend. Like, that was... We could do whatever the fuck we wanted. And this guy was letting us.
Yeah. So we take it, and it's basically what we're going towards. It's not only just ATV.
ride it, right.
We're going to hot springs, right? Which are basically natural hot tubs within the earth, which usually when you Google that or whatever people say come to it, it's like in Denver, right?
Yeah, we told you guys about that. We didn't want to pay for
Some
it. It was
dumb-
a giant pool.
It's a pool. It's just a pool, and they're like, well, we take the water from the nature and we pump it through pipes. Like fucking, of course, all water comes from the earth, so. Yeah, but we want to be in the earth. Like, we want to be in that, right?
Yeah.
Like, we want to experience nature. If you're going to call it natural, I want to be in nature, not in a man-made thing that's inside of nature. So, this takes us, we go, we park our ATVs, we walk, we do a little hike. Yeah. Through the jungle, see some perezosos.
The perezosos.
Basically sloths. And we go up to a bar. Well, no, there's lockers. So we go down into this thing. There's like this little bar, and then there's like 3 different hot springs.
Super hot, medium hot. You just hike down this secluded area like you're literally
ATV to this too. It was unbelievable. It was so cool.
And also the bartender, who's like, I don't know, let's say 350 feet away from us,
Brings a drink.
is bringing us amazing, like, pina coladas, mojitos, whatever the fuck we want, but, like, really good ones. Because also, my parents are very good at this. Like, they'll be like...
They tip, like, great.
Very strong, little sugar. Here's a tip.
Fuerte.
Like, yeah, fuerte. Also, an amazing family vacation. That was a great start to our Costa Rica experience. So... my parents leave, my sister and her boyfriend leave. Now it's just me and Will in Costa Rica, so we get to San Jose. We check into our Airbnb, which is very bougie. It's like the best way I can describe it, right?
This is our cheapest Airbnb at this point.
Our cheapest Airbnb and nothing we could probably ever afford in America.
Oh, hell no.
For like a month?
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
Like I'm talking, this is your stereotypical like high luxury building with a pool, rooftop.
Door guy?
Kind
of a cunt.
Sucked,
He kind of was a cunt, but whatever.
We don't have to touch on that. Gym with a city view.
Everything was a city view. Our balcony
Everything was a city view.
It was.
Actually.
We were like on the hill and it was called Urban Escalante and every single person in this city knew of this building because it was like, I feel like in a weird way, it was like Hunger Games and they're all like, oh, you live in the thing.
Yeah. It was a thing. Like, everybody knew, like, oh, you live
the
in
drivers,
Urban Escalante.
They'd go, where you live? And we'd tell them the address and go, oh, Urban Escalante, whatever. And then they would just drive us there. We're like, we could just start saying this.
But I got to the point where I was like, I don't know if I even want to say it because they're going to upcharge us thinking we got it.
Yeah,
you know? And it's like, what? This is the most affordable Airbnb we've ever paid for. But it was also the most beautiful, like, even our balcony had that stunning city mountain view. Like, every day, every sunset was, like, out of this world.
Sunsets in Costa Rica, though, are unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Another thing that was really bougie was we had a muchacha.
We did not have one.
Okay, we didn't have one. But our Airbnb had a muchacha.
Yeah.
And so, halfway through our trip...
Well, see, hold on. Does everybody know what a muchacha is?
I'm going to explain, or you can.
No, go for it.
From your gringo perspective.
I don't want to mess up your vibe. Keep going.
Okay, I was going to say, halfway through our trip, our Airbnb host is like, oh, my muchacha is going to come through. Okay, so for those of you that don't know who a muchacha is, it's basically a glorified cleaning lady. And by glorified, I mean she usually, like, lives in the house. She does everything, right?
It's like a maid nanny.
Lady. Yeah, maid, nanny, cleaning lady.
It's what, it's called a great wife.
Oh, my God. I was waiting to see how you would take this to the next level.
And I just did. Anyway, keep going. What are you saying?
So she's like, oh, do you want my muchacha? Like, I'm going to have her come in to clean. And I just thought, she's going to clean the place up. So I'm like, okay, here are the keys. We're going to be in the upstairs rooftop working.
But why was the muchacha called in the first place?
What is her name?
I'm saying not called. What is she called? But why was she there? I can't remember.
Oh, I think it was just like part of it.
To
like
clean?
I think it was like halfway through our stay.
Someone's
it was like time
broken.
to clean.
Nah, someone's broken.
No, I don't think anything was broken.
Okay. Well,
I
she
think
did
it
her
was
laundry.
literally included.
Remember?
Well, you just ruined it.
Oh, well, I'm cutting too. Go.
Basically, we're upstairs working. 3 hours later, she comes and she's like, okay, it's done. We come back downstairs. All our laundry is folded on our bed.
Yeah, it's weird.
I didn't even tell her. It was inside her luggage, inside her closet.
Oh, I loved
wasn't
it.
even in the hamper.
I was like, I can get used to this real quick. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Do it.
Muchacha live.
Yeah, she was so nice too. She's like, I'll get you coffee. Cafe?
Yeah, because we were missing that. But great experience. So our building was amazing.
Yeah.
What about like the day-to-day, right? So like our life in our building was great. But things like groceries were a little difficult, right?
Yeah, gross. So usually what we've already kind of been, if you're picking up, is every single place has like kind of a franchise grocery store, and it's easy. It's kind of easy to find. You're in another country, we don't know, but we that was one of the things I asked. So when we did that, we did a little tour right off the bat with your parents. I was asking the tour guide to go, what's like your normal grocery store here? Because I'm trying to be like, in a normal circumstances in America, right? You go, what's an automobile? What's a mechanic? What's a doctor? What's a blank when you move? We're like even way further behind that. We're like, where's a grocery store for food? Because we got to eat. And he said, Pele.
Did
we
ever even go there?
Yeah, every single time to get groceries.
Was it Pele?
Yeah, we went there once. We went to one. We didn't know it was like a chain.
Okay.
Because we went to one and we're like, this is fucking stupid. And then we went to Supermercado.
But Supermercado was basically Whole Foods.
Yeah, it was so
At least when it came to prices.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh my God, this is organic everything pricing. Even if it wasn't organic.
It wasn't organic. It was just pricing wise. Like, it was the bougie.
I'm like, what can I compare it to? It was like if
Whole
they
Foods.
gave us, no, I know, but in terms of like very basic shit, like if they gave us like
a DiGiorno.
Yeah, right.
They don't even sell them there because they're so hot. They
don't sell
the
DiGiorno.
But if they did, it'd have been like $15
for DiGiorno. That you're like, what? Or Pringles. $5 a can, and you're like, what? This isn't organic, healthy
get 2 for
chips.
$5. Kroger Plus card gives me 2 for $5. What's the deal?
Not in Costa Rica.
Nah.
So,
but I would say so. It's like rent is cheap, but
so
food
cheap.
wise, it's not expensive and it's not cheap. It's just American in that way. Like it's like price wise, it's just like in America where it's like it's just you're. It's funny, you go to you're thinking a poor country, but it's very touristy.
It's so touristy.
So it doesn't, the price for like food and alcohol and things are just equatable. Like you're not going to save money. Like, you know?
Yeah, so I feel like that's one thing. So like when it comes to Costa Rica stereotypes, right? It's like, I guess because we thought it was a third world Hispanic country, we thought it was going to be cheap. I wouldn't say it's necessarily cheap. Like, you can definitely find good deals. Like, all the...
How much was that Starbucks
coffee? What
coffee?
were they called? Oh, we'll get there. What were they called? The lunches?
Sodas.
The sodas. But they had the... What?
That's what I said. I go, yeah, the sodas. And you're like, oh, yeah, the sodas.
You gotta say it in the Hispanic accent.
Yeah, whatever.
Their little cafeterias are called sodas.
Yeah, FYI.
Which
they're dope.
It's basically like $7 for like a protein, a rice, a salad, and... But that's where you get the good deals. Mm-hmm. It's at the sodas.
Yeah.
Another thing is water.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
what you were going to touch on?
I was going to talk about water. Yeah, well, let's talk about water. So water, usually, maybe because America, Mexico, everyone knows Mexico, and you don't drink the water. You don't touch it. You don't look at it. You don't even look at it. You don't think about it. You don't do none of that. And we're like, Mexico speaks Spanish. All these other countries speak Spanish. Man, we should drink that water.
Think that, but
we still don't even really. To be honest, we don't know. Cuba. You drink the water in Cuba?
No.
No. Okay. So,
no.
The DR. Do you drink water in the DR?
No.
No. You think Haiti? You drink the water? No. Jamaica?
But
you drink the water?
Costa Rica's bougier than that.
What about
You know it is.
Well, that's why I'm pretty sure you can drink the water there, but we didn't know. Is what I'm getting at.
So I was like, if we boil it, it's enough.
We try to run it through the coffee machine. That's
and then
so
we're
stupid.
drinking dirty, gross,
So
boiled, so we're not dying, but coffee flavored water.
Because we're like, we don't know. Well, we're buying it first from the supermercado, and we're like, dude, this is like, we're drinking $3 of water a day.
Yeah, because we both drink a lot of water. So what we discovered...
What a flex, but yeah.
No, it's true.
Okay. Yeah.
Our cheap asses realized our bougie building
yeah.
and our bougie gym has a bougie water fountain that is filtered.
Yeah, so we would go there.
And take our, what is that, a gallon?
Yeah.
No, larger than a gallon.
So you know when
right?
you put in like a water cooler tank? Like, so if you're at work or whatever the fucking things, it's like you put those giant
it's bigger than a gallon.
blue things that, it's a water cooler, right? So we had one of those that we bought from the supermercado. We just fill that up like every whatever day. So we go down there and then we just stand there at this little, essentially water fountain and just fill it up. Because we're like, okay, the water there is good.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt us.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
And we would try to time it when people maybe were, like when there wasn't a high traffic of people working out.
But usually there were. It was like, lunchtime, people were there.
God, that was embarrassing.
Lunch, it was like, do it first thing in the morning. Okay, people were there. So maybe between morning and lunch. Like 10:26 was the primo time. I would do it.
Yeah, so I honestly can't tell you guys or not to drink the water.
I think you can. I'm pretty sure.
I think you can, but we were safe and we just stole our buildings.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, next topic. Let's talk about internet. Go for it.
Ooh, okay. Well, I thought we had great internet. It didn't surprise me, but I was like, it checks itself out, like it is a place where remote workers go to. So it checks out that it does actually have good internet,
Yeah, it does. Costa Rica does have great internet.
Yeah.
It does. It was really good. At least, especially we stayed in the bougie of bougies.
The urban Escalante.
Which, guess what? You go to any country with an urban Escalante, it's going to be pretty...
Shout
urban
out,
Escalante is going to be a pretty good day.
I'm surprised you haven't said that.
What's that?
You always say that.
Sponsor us?
Shout out, sponsor us.
Yeah, I know. Man, I'm trying to switch it up now, maybe. Yeah.
But as soon as we left urban Escalante, we didn't pay for international Wi-Fi or internet or whatever. So as soon as we left, we had no data, nothing. Like,
right.
We were pulling up our address of wherever we had to go to. And like, we still have, what is it called? Like GPS radar.
Well, so that's the thing is you want to start a war with anybody, be like, are you Apple Maps or Google Maps? Most people are not Apple Maps, but I'm an Apple Maps guy.
I'm Google Maps for sure.
Most people are. Apple Maps doesn't work internationally, but Google Maps, so the thing is Google Maps with Wi-Fi will show you the little blue line of how to get there. But as soon as you're not with Wi-Fi, all it does is show you a map, which is like,
right.
For us, that's all we need. Because guess what? Our building is like above everything, and we just gotta look.
See it. That's a really cool thing.
We just gotta know the direction of where it's at. So all we needed was a map, and Google Maps kind of showed us that.
Yeah.
So we would have two, right? So it'd be like you would pull out your phone and you do the directions there.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I would do the directions back, and we're like, don't touch that shit.
Don't close it. Don't quit it.
Yeah.
Like I always double click and like swipe up all my apps to quit them.
Yeah.
And that was the number one no. Like I'm like, ooh, no, don't do that.
That was our hack.
We gotta get back home.
Yeah. And that was our hack to give back. Right?
Yeah. But another Costa Rica kind of stereotype or what you would think of when you go to Costa Rica, especially for you, it's like, you know, obviously this is a Spanish speaking country. So like, how did you feel?
How did you?
Well, I speak Spanish, so.
Well, duh. That's why I feel comfortable and fine.
No.
I'm like, I got you. I got my little.
I guess that's a good answer.
Which also in English too, Leili will ask. You know how teachers, for instance, will be like, "There's no dumb questions. Don't be afraid." Leili, it doesn't matter the scenario, doesn't matter the place. Leili will ask the question. No, it's a fucking superpower in this day and age. I feel like most people don't.
I feel like I don't, but you always make me feel like I do.
No, she'll go up to anybody. She'll literally find anybody with a shirt that matches the color of the building and be like, "Where's this?" And they're like, yeah, totally. She's also, I mean, she's a girl, but she just, it works out.
I don't even work here. And I'm like,
right.
Well, where can I find the person that works here?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely balance in an English-speaking place. Mm-hmm. But Leili speaks Spanish. So I'm like, worst case. Because it is a thing is like, talking to some friends that go to Europe, it's like people speak English in Europe. But in Latin America, people don't speak English at all. Like that's a big thing. You'll find people that speak English for sure,
right.
But it's not like you'll find cashiers that don't speak it. But for me, it was fine because I'm with you the whole time.
Yeah.
There's only a couple times like I learned no gracias. Like, what is the solo mirado?
Oh yes, only looking.
Yeah.
Mirando.
Mirando, yeah. See? Boom. They would have got it. They'd be like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. He's like, basically, leave me alone.
You gotta
yeah.
twist it a little bit. We could talk about excursions a little bit. I mean, the only thing I have to say about that, and they were amazing. Like, there were so many excursions. Like, Costa Rica has every type of environment, you know?
Tourism.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to sell you to go in Costa Rica. That's not what this is about.
If you just got married and you're white trash,
not if you're white trash or if you got married. Another thing is a big phrase in Costa Rica is
Pura Vida!
Pura Vida. Which basically kind of means like enjoy your life, live life to the fullest. YOLO. It's like all of those four combined.
Yeah, it's like YOLO. They really do say it too. It's not like like every time you're like, it's like if you go to Jamaica and you're like, yeah man, bum blah blah, yeah man. It's like you're like, no, that's some dumb shit that white people say. That's like a part. No, everyone, they fucking end all their conversations with Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.
They really do.
Yeah, so it's more than YOLO because it's kind of like also like you YOLO, like you go only live once in your life.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
No, they're because it's like their whole vibe of Costa Rica is like enjoy life.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
It was interesting, like with the
feels good.
The tours we did, right? So like when we were in those like nature cities that were in San Jose, it was so interesting to see how much the people that live there did not want to go to San Jose. Like they were like, why would you go to the city?
Nobody.
Look at where I live.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like they do live in an unreal beautiful place.
Yeah,
you know, like.
True. Another thing we realized is, so Costa Rica is beautiful, and then I was like thinking, and first I asked you, I go, Cuban friends, obviously you got Mexican friends, you got Dominican friends, I should say we the whole time, but same here. Anyway, and then we're like, wait, do we know any Costa Ricans? Actually, we don't know any Costa Ricans.
We don't.
Literally don't. And then after going to Costa Rica, we're like, Costa Ricans don't fucking leave because this place is amazing.
Yeah.
There's no immigrants from Costa Rica.
They don't want to. And that's so interesting because you think every South American is an immigrant that wants to come to America. And it's like, they really don't give a fuck.
No. They're
like they don't even want to live the city they're in. Like, they're like, this is beautiful. Pura Vida.
Pura Vida. I'm gonna and then they talk about the beaches because it's rainforest and beaches. Like, why the fuck would you not want to live there?
Yeah. So we did a lot of like rainforest adventures. What are the excursions, right? Like we did the ATVs and the hot springs, and we went to the volcano and the zip lining. Incredible. We're so blessed. But it was also Will's birthday, like a week before we left.
Yeah, it was.
And I feel like something we have in common is like we love the beach. And I just know like, oh my God, Costa Rica has like beautiful beaches. We got to go to one.
Only Leili and I, we're the only two human beings in this world.
You know what I'm saying. Some people don't love the beach.
Who? Yeah.
They love like the pool.
Oh no.
Or like the bougie hotel.
Sure. But most people like a beach. Anyway, so cut to.
My birthday gift to him was to get us a stay at the beach, Jaco Beach, for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, let's leave our bougie, beautiful little San Jose building and let's go to the beach town for the weekend.
Vacation from the vacation.
Exactly. So we did that. So we're supposed to get on a bus, only like an hour and a half supposedly.
Oh, fuck.
And it leaves at 3 p.m. And so we get an Uber at 2:30 because it's only 15 minutes away.
So we get this Uber with this Venezuelan guy who's a doctor. FY, Venezuela is super communist. Not everyone can obviously immigrate into America. He immigrates into Costa Rica, now he's an Uber driver. This is just fun things that you learn about human beings in the rest of the world of how fucking crazy it is.
Poor and terrible.
Poor and terrible. Smart guy talking like a motherfucker to you, though, the whole time. Just running his mouth. And I'm like, are you a doctor? You talk way too much, bro. Anyway, we're late.
We're getting there at 3:05 now, and our bus leaves at 3. And he's like putting the pedal to the gas, as they would say.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, pedal to the gas.
What is it?
No, that's it. That's it. Go.
Are you sure?
Yeah, say it,
Okay.
though. Say it again. Pedal to the gas.
No, I'm not going to say it again because I don't believe you.
Okay.
But anyway, he's going really hard in the paint.
Pedal to the gas. He gassed that pedal.
And he's trying to get us there. And I'm like freaking out, trying to be cool, but trying to tell Will also in English. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to make it.
I know we're not. I'm the one looking. You're the one talking to him the whole time.
Because it was supposed to take 15 minutes. We left at 2:30. Anyway, we make it at 2:59. We are running through that station. We get up to, what are they called? I don't know, like the... Terminal security guard.
Oh, yeah.
Show him our ticket. Like, we're on the 3 p.m. train.
So
it is 3:01. We're in fucking Costa Rica. No bus.
Latin time.
Should be on time. So I'm like, it's 3:01, but here's their 3 o'clock ticket. And he's like, it already left. And I'm like, no, it didn't.
No, he was like, what time is it? He goes, what time is it? Right?
And I'm like,
it's
3:01.
He's like, yes, it leaves at 3.
And I'm like, no, it doesn't. We're in a Hispanic country. Fuck you for ever trying to say that.
Yeah, being on time and bullshit.
Yeah, that is not real.
No.
I'm like, you should be giving me till at least 3:05.
Yeah.
Till I die.
MIA.
But anyway, he's like, you gotta buy a new ticket. And so now we have to go upstairs. Of course, we go upstairs. There's no one at the booth ticket office. I'm trying to log into the free Wi-Fi because, again, I don't have data. Mm-hmm. We get the next ticket for 4 o'clock. We're like, we ain't gonna be late.
No.
We get it. Of course, we don't even get seated until like 4:10 for the 4 o'clock bus, which is what Will was saying the whole time. Like, he's like, it's not gonna leave at 4. Why did the other one leave at 3? It couldn't wait 1 minute.
Right.
Whatever.
We leave at like 4:30. It was like 30 minutes late. And it was like, for real? It's like, it's not real.
That's how it should have been on the previous.
Well, I think it was. I think that guy didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, I think he was just like, because it's like 2 guys that, like, they just wrangle this and they run the port of people getting on these buses. But it's like 17 different buses always happening. So it was like bullshit. Also, when we're standing in line, of course, this like insane European comes right up to me and be like,
"Why do you think, baby?
No, do you? Oh, because I'm fucking out of everyone."
He like looks at the line and he's like, "White guy."
That guy. Why? Well, at first he goes, "This guy isn't. I don't have to like look. He's not 5'2". He's like a height that I can look at. Oh, and also he's not tan as shit. So, anyway, fun little side thing, but. We get on the bus.
Get on the bus.
Missed probably the most epic sunset ever, probably.
Yeah, as we're pulling up to our hotel, of course, literally as we're pulling up to our hotel, it is a stunning sunset, but we still have to fucking take our bags out, check in, do all that bullshit.
So this is like, I guess, my birthday present, right?
Yeah.
So the bus we're taking there, usually the people that get on this bus, it's hookers. So I think prostitution.
That wasn't part of the birthday.
I know. I know, lately. Prostitution's legal, I think, in Costa Rica.
I think.
Yeah, so.
Or they don't care.
They don't give a fuck. I don't know. One of those two, whatever. So we're just on a bus, all the girls, hey, it's 2022. She's a woman.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
There you
a lot
go.
of those are on there, too. A lot of other women's.
Are hitting on you? Where are you going?
I'm just saying, we just rode the bus with the prostitutes to this thing.
Because Hakka is like the beach party town type of thing. So it's like, that's where they're trying to go for the weekend. That's where they're going to make the money.
And so we get off this thing and we're still a mile and a half away because we're in front of a Hotel Western or something.
Yeah, dumb
And so
shit.
we had to like flag down a taxi, which was like a red car. It's like a weird car, but we were like, oh, okay, we learned that. We flag it down and it's cash only, I think. We also learned this through this whole experience that paying, we took out a shitload of fucking Costa Rican dollars. What were they? What are those called?
Yeah, let's call them that.
Okay, Costa Rican dollars. It's cheaper just to have American dollars.
Sometimes, yeah.
Every time I feel like we were having to pay more if we were paying with like their cash because of the exchange rate.
Right.
But yeah, we finally get there and it was dope.
Yeah. We were on a beach town.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We had amazing seafood. Like every time we ate out there, I feel like it was really good.
So
like
good.
Shrimp tacos.
Fuck, dude.
Fish on the grill.
It doesn't matter. Their food is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
But yeah, that was our Costa Rica experience. Is there anything else you want to share?
If you go to Costa Rica and you just were married, it's a beautiful place to go to, and no one's judging you for that, regardless of my girlfriend.
What? What if you were married and you go to Costa Rica? Then
Even
what do
better.
you have to tell them?
Not even better, but you're gonna have a great time.
You said it.
I know.
You said it. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, it's a great time. Costa Rica's dope.
Costa Rica's amazing. I just want to say I would even go again. Like, there's a whole other world of Costa Rica we have to explore.
So much more.
And now we're going to go explore the current city we're in. And we'll see you guys next time.
All right, peace out. I gotta pee. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.